Hello everybody, I'm going to tell you something today that has absolutely changed my life. I hope it changes your life for the better. It has mine. I was amazed when I heard about it. Now, I'm going to tell you about that at the end of this video. It has to do with the medical prescription medication shortages and how you can combat that and get your medicine. So that's what I'm going to bring you at the end of this video. At the beginning of this video, since we're talking about medical shortages, I want to tell you about the great physician. We know that Jesus in Matthew 9 tells us he is the great physician. He is the great doctor. Now then, y'all know we're looking for church, and we're looking for, I don't know, we may do house church. I don't know what we're going to do. But anyway, last Sunday, we went to the community church and listened to Larry, Larry is our dear friend, been around him for over 30 years. He and his wife had a daughter that passed away around the same time our daughter passed away. So we've connected over the years with that. Anyway, Larry brought us a lesson from Matthew 9, and in it, the great physician, Jesus heals, was part of one of the points. Y'all, if you haven't gotten to the point where you absolutely need Jesus because your life is a freaking train wreck, then you're blessed, I guess. I don't know, because but in a way, maybe there's growth that needs to take place. I don't know. You have to decide that. I'm kind of teasing when I say that. I was talking to my mother-in-law the other day, who is recently widowed. My husband's dad passed away just a month or so ago. Anyway, I was talking to her, and she said, I don't want to let this cripple me. I don't want to be, let Papa's death, Jack's death, cripple her. And I understood what she meant. I know that she meant I don't want to become a victim, poor pitiful me kind of person. I get that. I responded, I said, I am crippled, Gran. Gran is what we call it. Gran, I'm crippled. And she went, you're not crippled. I said, oh yes I am. She said, you don't look crippled. And I said, just slice me open and you'll see a freaking train wreck in there, I promise you. For me, and everybody has their own story, I realize that. For me, when you hold your 11-year-old daughter and she dies in your arms, which was my life, that messes with you a little bit, okay? So I'm affected by that, and that's just life. I live in the fallen world. Am I a victim? I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I know I've got nothing except Jesus. When you are crippled or when you are sick and you have a desperate need for the great physician, count yourself blessed, because when he heals you, and he will if you ask him, when he heals you, it opens up doors to all kinds of things. You have compassion for others. It makes him greater. In our weakness, he is greater. He is stronger. So if you are spiritually broken now, or if you are struggling, if your life's a train wreck, even if your life's a train wreck inside, but on the outside it doesn't really look like it. I don't know what my life looks like on the outside. We don't hide much. We are what, I mean, you can't live in a small town and hide anything. So we are who we are. But, yeah, the idea that she said, you're not crippled, and I'm like, oh. And we just haven't had a lot of talks, I guess, where she understood that about me. That's possible. But the truth is, if you're crippled, there is hope. And that hope is Jesus. Jesus is the answer to everything in this world. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. I can go on and on about that, but I will leave it at that, because that is the truth. And right now, the truth is very clouded, warped, and distorted. But truth of Jesus as the Son of God, our Savior, our King, our brother, our Redeemer, That is truth that never changes, that is never warped, that is never distorted, because it never changes and never has. And no one can take that away from you. And however broken you are inside, and like I said, I'm a train wreck, all right? No matter how broken you are inside, He is the answer to that brokenness. Now then, I will tell you, I'm shifting gears here. I'm shifting gears to prepper mode. All right, so as we move forward in this great decline that we're in America, that's what my husband and I are calling it, the great decline, because services are inferior, products are inferior, things are just like, it's just not rolling good. But what I want to share with you is one of my main concerns. Now, I'm not a crazy prepper. I'm not crazy. I don't have a bunker. I mean, and I don't even know that that's fair to call them crazy. I'm not an extreme prepper. I do not want to see my family hungry, period. And one of the things that bugs me, or has bugged me since I've been prepping, is no matter how much food and water I have, if I don't have my medicines, if I don't have my prescription medication, then I am not going to be 100%. I'm not going to be well enough to cook, to provide, to do the work, the extra labor that prepping, that a grid down or anything like that's going to require. So that's been a concern of mine. I talked to my provider and she's like, I can't help you, Gina. Sorry, I can't give you a year's worth of my thyroid medicine. So I've been like, I don't know, God. I just don't know. Whatever happens, happens. You're just going to have to take care of me. That's a truck that has his Jake brake on, and he's not supposed to come into town like that. But anyway, I guess he didn't see the sign. Anyway, I want to tell you, I was listening to Glenn Beck do a little blip. I can't listen to his whole show. He becomes too political, and I'm tired of politics. But I do like him. Like I said, I have to sift his emotion. But one of the things he had just last week was this thing called Jace Medical. It looks like this. I don't know if this is going to be backwards or not. Jace, this is Jace Daily, but Jace, J-A-S-E, Jace Medical. Now, I've been kind of following them since they came out, I don't know, a year or so ago, with antibiotics that you could have. They had offered you 5 antibiotics after you visited with a doctor that you could have in your preps and stores. Just enough for a dose, like, you know, a 10-day round if you had a sore throat or whatever. So I never did purchase those for other reasons. But not that I'm against antibiotics. I'm not. I found other antibiotics. I found another source that was a lot cheaper. So I'm not even going to go there with you. But I was like, that's cool. That's cool that if you need antibiotics, and you should look, if you need Jace antibiotics kit, it's not, I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, you'll see it on their website. It's big and easy to read. You should do that. You should have amoxicillin and penicillin and augmentin and azithromycin. Is that right? Yeah. You should have those some way, somehow, however you decide to do it. That should be part of your preps. This winter, yeah, like it was in February, my dad got so sick with the virus. I mean, if my mom had it, my dad had it, then they had the flu, then we had the flu. I mean, it was just like a perpetual, will we ever get well kind of season we were in. Anyway, my dad had a cough that was so bad. I thought he was going to cough up his lung and stroke out. I mean, I really did. Now, he didn't. I begged our provider, who I've known for years, once again, Amber. I said, Amber, Daddy is just not doing good. She said, they're out. They're out of the medicine that treats, the new medicine that treats the virus, and they're out of the cough syrup, and they're out of liquid Tylenol, and they're out of amoxicillin. And I'm like, excuse me, I live in a first world country for a reason. I like to get stuff, and y'all can criticize me for that. I'm not gonna lie, I like America. I'm not a missionary for a reason. And those of you who are, well done you. That's not my calling. But anyway, so I was experiencing, it was a red flag for me. Why can't I get my medicines? And I just thought, how am I going to get my thyroid medicine? How is my husband Mike going to get his medicine that he needs, and my son get his medicines that he needs to get through a grid down or any kind of apocalyptic attack, whatever? And then I listened to that Glenn Beck program, and I thought, wow and wow. I was so excited. I was making supper, or I would have just done it then. I waited till the next day and got on the website. Now, I will tell you this. On the website, they do give you the opportunity. You can become affiliate and make money, like 5% off of every sale that has your number, whatever. I'm opting out of that. Because for me, if you're not getting money for it, it makes it a more legit message. That's my philosophy. I'm not against people making a buck or a side hustle or whatever. So y'all do what you need to do. That it's a good opportunity, because I think this is legit. But for me, I was like, no, I just want to speak and tell you that now Jace Medical has made it so that you can get your prescriptions that your daily prescriptions that you've been on for a while. They make it so you can have a year's worth at one time. It is legal. It is not a side little sketchy thing. I wanted to talk to a person, but after so I got on, I'll just tell you the process. I got on the website. I looked to see if my medicines, it gives you a list of medicines that qualify or that are part of the program. And I thought, well, there's mine right there. I only take one prescription medicine, and the rest of my family, I'm not even going to talk about how many medicines they take, but I just take one. And it was levothyroxine, not going to lie. And I was like, there it is. And I thought, how much is this going to cost for a year? I was thinking $300, $400, $600, and I have a little bit of money set aside for stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know. So I went through, put in my dosage, filled out the questionnaire that was not invasive, and when they told me how much it would be before I committed. It was $105 for 365 pills. $105, y'all. I was like, are you serious? Then I got really excited. So I got my son's medicines, got those ordered. 2 of his medications together cost $145. Now, for some of you, I know that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for me too. I get that. I have saved some money, which I advise you to do the same. So if you can cut corners and save some so that when you have opportunities like this, do it. So anyway, after I pressed pay and they told me thank you for the order, I had a mild, I had to fight off a little bit of an anxiety attack, not gonna lie. It wasn't that bad, I'm kind of kidding. But I was like, what if that wasn't real? What if that was a bogus website? What if, how you do when you get on the internet. So I thought, I'm gonna call them. I want to talk to a person. So I reached out. They had a phone number. I called them, I left a message. I was having trouble with my address too, because we have a box number and the internet doesn't like sending, they don't like my box number on there. So anyway, I had a person call that afternoon, a woman, very nice, answered all my questions, looked at what I got, said the order was complete, said I would get it. I would get an email from a pharmacist that confirmed it all. If the pharmacist had questions, he would reach out. All of these things. She was great. So I talked to a real person too. And then I said, how long before I get this medicine? Like, I was thinking, I don't know. The way things are now is like a month, 2 months, she said 2 to 3 weeks. Just because this is new and they're working the kinks out. And I was like, okay, cool. That's great. Yesterday, I went to the post office. This was like on Thursday, last Thursday. This is Tuesday. I went to the post office yesterday, and guess what? Here, my medicine was there. A year's worth of my thyroid medicine was there at the post office. I was like, well, when my son's medicine comes in, then we're halfway ready for the apocalypse. But I was just like, that is phenomenal. I'm not sure my son's medicine will be in as soon as this one. I don't know. She said it had to do with the availability of the prescription of the medicine, so I understand that. So anyway, it came wrapped, y'all, in this wonderful professional plastic bag that had their name on it, and it had the receipt right here. It had a foil package, padded it was very well packaged, so it wasn't just thrown in and shipped. So here are the things I like about it. It was extremely affordable. I thought it was a good deal. Secondly, I got 365 days worth of my medicine for $105. I find that to be a fair price. They seemed like a very legit company, and they very much like kind of normal like the rest of us. I don't know. You define everybody else by what you are like. So I think I'm normal. So this woman was a lot like me. I mean, I think we could have talked for all afternoon. But so that and I will just say, do what you can to get your medicines in order. Because if things happen and you cannot get your antidepressant or your anti-anxiety or your thyroid medicine or your heart medicine or your diabetes medicine, then that's not, it doesn't matter how much food and water you have, your health is not going to be optimal. So Jace Medical is an answer to prayer, I guess. I told that girl that. I was like, you are an answer to prayer, because I've been wondering, how do we stay healthy if something goes sideways? And y'all, what's going on right now in Finland with those military exercises, Japan is a part of them. Japan is a part of the NATO exercises. Sweden is a part of them. They're not even part of NATO. It's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. It smells funny. So there's that. The economy. Y'all, I'm paying at a discount store $3.50, $3.75 for a loaf of bread. I mean, if I get hamburger and hot dog buns, it's like $7 just for that. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but things aren't right, and I don't know if they'll ever go right. The Great Decline is a great way to put it, and that puts us in great need for a great physician and get your medicine, I guess. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. No matter how messed up you are, Jesus will fix you. He recreates. The Holy Spirit recreates you. You are born again. And that is a good thing. That is the best thing. So keep that in mind today. But also, I would highly recommend reach out to this Jace Medical. They're legit. And I wasn't going to come on here till I got that medicine, because I was like, I don't know, I may have bought into a scam. But I didn't. And I don't think you will too. You will either. Look and see what they have to offer. All right. It is a beautiful day here. I'm going to get back to cleaning the chicken coops, which is not my favorite thing at all, but must be done. What else are we doing today? I've got to organize all of the stuff we've moved from the church building. My sister's coming from Austin next week, so that's fun. And my parents, they've both of them have fallen in the last 2 weeks. They're okay, but we're going to have to mitigate some things at their house. So there's that. It's just life right now. You know, oh, I've got tomatoes I need to plant too. It's just life for me. Nothing, no crisis at the moment. And that's when you brace, because it's only a matter of time before everything unravels. So that's when you pray and you just rejoice and continue to train in the Holy Spirit and in the spiritual battle. Because it's only a matter of time before you're back on the front line, that's for sure. All right, gang. Do what you can to stay healthy spiritually and physically. This is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.